Well, like I was trying to show you the pictures. That's
No, I
not
see that it's,
possible.
I see that it's difficult.
Bags.
I
But
think
can
we
the
need to-
shell be taken off, perhaps?
I think we need to buy that little bit of time and put it on hold and allow us to put a revision in to you. Is
That's
that
fine.
possible?
Absolutely,
Yeah.
that's fine. Absolutely,
Alright.
but I need a timeline on
What's your
this.
timeline? What's good for
And
you?
I didn't bring in a calendar.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's doable for you?
Well, we need to, we
Well-
have created a committee for the preservation of the bench, and so we'd like to just like meet with each other
Okay,
and talk about what the best options are.
okay, absolutely. How about
Can you
midweek next week, next Wednesday?
Yeah.
That work?
Okay,
Sure.
yes, that would be good.
Okay.
Thank you.
I mean, and one of the things, a lot of studies have been done, and I've talked with Mr. Prince, the director of the tourism, our director, is that art brings tourists to a city. It makes it an art destination. One is the galleries, one is the public art.
No, there's no doubt.
And public art is extremely important in bringing people in. And like Granite Street Park, I think, is something that could be a much bigger asset to Prescott than it is. But people just don't go there. And this is something that makes them go there. It brings awareness to the park.
I would love to have my photograph taken
mean-
by this park because it has like a magical energy.
I've had
I
people
do.
that have
I
never,
know.
I'll
that
take
are
yours.
friends of mine, that are artists that
Yeah.
have never gone to the park, but they've gone to look at the bench now because they want to know what it's, and they don't find it offensive.
And I'm sure that maybe perhaps even the majority would not. And unfortunately, it's how it is with that vocal minority that can they stir up all
Yeah.
kinds of stuff.
Yes, but ma'am, we live in a democracy. The minority does not control the vote. I mean, if the minority voted in, we'd have Al Gore in office instead of George W. Bush and, and that thing.
Yeah, but
It-
we live in a
it's just-
representation
I
of
know,
democracy.
we
though,
do.
So.
And
Republic.
unfortunately, when you said your rights do not apply in government domain, personally, the only thing I don't understand in this world is when somebody tells me I can't do something. I'm highly intelligent. I can figure out things. I've built solar panels from scratch just from studying things. I'm a little unusual because of my intelligence. And the only thing I don't understand is when somebody says you can't do something.
Well, on public property, there are restrictions. I'm
But
sorry.
I understand that, but also like if you look at the square, we have statues at 4 different places.
Right.
And one of them, and most of them have a military
Theme.
bid to them.
Sure,
theme.
yeah.
And there are people that find that very offensive, and
I
we're not
agree.
taking those down.
I agree. I don't argue that
Yeah.
point. I don't argue any of your points. I just know that got there because it went through a process and everybody at the end signed off on what they knew was going to be there. Everybody was comfortable with what they knew was going to be there. And it went in and everybody had to sort of deal with it. But everybody on every level was aware of it and gave approval and it was good to go.
Yeah.
And we just didn't do this right, and I'm
But,
sorry.
because we just didn't do it right, it seems like there should be some way that we could start doing the steps now.
We have
to save this.
forms in place. There's not going to, because we don't want to waste people's time. I really feel bad, Kristen. This wasn't your fault at all. I mean,
But she didn't waste her time. She created a beautiful piece of art.
That's
and
true.
No matter what
That's
happens,
true. That's true.
The memories still
that-
stay.
Well, no, that process is something special. And like
Yeah.
I said, when she started this project, did not expect it to do what it did. And it's kind of a magical thing that happened. And so, maybe government is there to also preserve magical things, and I like to think that. And so we'll work with you guys, and we'll
Okay.
try to see what we can do
Okay.
to save this
Okay.
and not get anybody in Parks and Rec in trouble or anything, because they've been very gracious during the whole process.
And if you could be as specific as you can about any kind of design that's on it. I mean, that's what I need to know
Yeah.
is what are you proposing as far as design?
But you've
Well-
already stated that this design that exists there is not going to be approved.
I'm saying that's not what was approved. This
No,
was
but
approved.
I just want to clarify what's there now.
But
will not
actually,
be
you
approved.
didn't approve that either, so I don't think that statement is really accurate.
Well, you're right, but I would have is all I can actually say to that. You're right. But had it come before me, I would have said sure. That looks like a great functional bench. Help people out that are walking in the park want to sit somewhere.
Yeah.
It's not a statement. It's just a functional bench. That's what this is. And I'll do that all day long. I'll sign off on that all day long.
Yeah, and what we're
Um,
saying is that it became a statement when she opened it up to people to put designs on it. And she didn't put any limitations to the people, and so they put whatever they wanted. And
Right.
it was very diverse group. I mean, I was there, and there was a mother with a couple of kids from Phoenix. They came up to get out of the heat or whatever. And these kids just sat down and started putting stuff up, and their designs are on that bench now. And so, yes, if you give people freedom to put whatever piece of artwork they want on something, there's going to be different
Sure.
images
It'll
and
be very
different
diverse.
symbols.
Absolutely.
And so, specifically, that bench doesn't have a religious or political agenda. It has diverse.
It's just unity and
Expression,
community.
Yeah.
It's all in an individual's perception.
Well, I'm just saying that the actual bench, though, that's what happened.
That wasn't the intent, is what you're saying.
She didn't say, well, I'm going to create an art
I'm going to make a
bench.
statement, right?
No,
right.
no, she never said
Well,
she
I
was going to make
understand
a
that. I
statement.
understand
But she
that.
didn't even start off with saying, I'm going to make an art bench. She just opened it up to, well, I'm making a mosaic here, help me.
Right,
And so that's a magical thing that happened, and I think that's really important. And maybe, it's something worth preserving.
Well, and I hear what you're saying, but of course, what you're saying too is you're, in your own way, admitting that this is not what she originally intended. It happened. It was a magical thing in your words.
It's a magical, and then it became a work of art.
I
And
understand.
at that point, it became
right.
an object
But
that
in that
was
it wasn't
worth
the original
preserving.
intention, then the city could argue that they were a bit misled. And at least the right people didn't
Well, when you
didn't know about
mislead
it.
somebody, you do it on purpose.
No,
and that's what I'm saying. She
I'm
did
not
not.
saying well, and I know, I do
Okay.
get the difference here. But
And the
but-
city approved and saw the whole process. Whether you are saying that they didn't have any right to the decision-making process, the city actually was involved in every step of the process and saw the progress of the bench.
Well, an employee in the Parks Department was involved.
but they are part of
That's-
the city.
Well, they don't get to speak for the city. I can't speak for the city. The mayor and the city
you're-
manager speak for the city.
But you're going to speak for the city
because
on this project.
because I'm the parks director and I get that.
Yeah.
I have that right. But as far as the city, there's only two people in this building that are going to be able to speak for the city, and that's the city manager and the mayor.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it.
Well, is there any way we can have a meeting with them?
No, this is my decision.
So I think what it sounds like is we need to wait for the meeting next Wednesday. Can we
Let's
arrange
do
a time
that.
for
Let's do that and bring back everything you intend to be on the bench, and as specific as you can be, so that we have a clear understanding, which is what has been missing, and then we'll just go from there.
And to clarify for the last time, when you say what I intend for there to be on the bench, you're suggesting that we need to take off what's there and replace with something else?
Well, I'm saying if you intend to leave it, then it needs to be specified.
Right, but if we intend to leave it, you're not going to approve it. That's what you said earlier.
Well,
Without reverting back
I'm
to the
looking for
picture.
traditional bench. That's what I'm going to tell you. I'm looking for a
Right,
traditional
but my
bench.
specific question is if what we leave there is what we intend to, if we intend to leave everything there, you're not going to approve it.
I won't approve this bench.
You won't approve what's already there.
No, I need a
So there's
traditional
no-
bench.
So
But-
what you're suggesting, what I just want to clarify is what you're suggesting is not showing you what's already there and working to preserve it. What you're suggesting is taking that off and proposing what we put on instead.
Yes, I guess you could say as close back to as you can get to your original. Even though I know it was a work in progress that changed and
Right.
formed as you went along, but a traditional bench is what I'm going to sign off on. And if some of this can stay, that what you think maybe in my mind might maybe considered traditional, then leave it. But I need to know specifically what will stay, what will go, what your end result is going to be. I need to know. I need that described to me.
Understood. Can you define traditional a little better?
Well, like I said, unfortunately, a block of cement with 4 legs is about what I consider. I mean,
Something
it's functional
extremely
stuff.
plain. That's what she's
So
getting at.
That's traditional.
Something plain with maybe a couple, pattern tiles. She doesn't want any mosaic, nothing
No images or
artistic at all.
messages or-
Just very plain, very straightforward.
That's traditional to me.
Nothing that sparks intelligence. No
Unfortunately.
conversation over it. Something that's not going to piss off the Potter's house. Because obviously, I don't know if you intentionally gave me that idea. You said that the minority sparks up a lot of controversy and stuff like that. So essentially, the city of Prescott is afraid of a small group of
No, actually,
people.
for all I know, 75% of the people out there don't like this bench. I haven't done a poll. I don't know. I don't
Can
even
we
want
do a
to.
poll?
I don't even want to go there. I want a traditional bench. I don't want anything. I don't want to have to find out how many people can live with this, how many don't like it, how many love it. I don't want to go there. I want a traditional bench.
Understood.
Okay.
Let's wait
Okay.
for our meeting
Yeah.
for next Wednesday.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you
Thank you
very
for your
much.
time.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it.
Well, if you'll call Patty, I think you